We got please play good games. The FAA issued special airworthiness information bulletin, and there's the number on December 17th, 2018, regarding the potential disengagement of the fuel control switches locking feature. I think what that bulletin was about was the installation of the switch, because you could install the switch upside down, in which case it would just be impossible to put it in the run position. Since it's spring loaded, it would always default back to the cutoff position. And so I don't think that was a situation here on this Air India 787, because you would know it the very first time you tried to engage the fuel control switches. You just simply couldn't. They'd always go back to that cutoff position. So that was an airworthiness bulletin. Boeing, the NTSB, nobody has put out any directives to look at anything connected with the physical parts of the airplane. So they're indicating that there was nothing wrong with the airplane. It was operating according to design. But that's a very insightful question. All right. Next is Eric M9768. On July 11th, 2025, a reader made the Aviation Herald aware of a service bulletin released by General Electric and the FAA. The bulletin was, and here's the number, which recommended the replacement of the MN4 microprocessor on ECU with respect to the engine fuel and control staging. I don't know about this particular bulletin. Bulletins are just for information, just to give you kinds of a heads up. An airworthiness directive is like a recall item where you have to do something about it. You have to replace it. You have to fix it. You have to repair it somehow. Bulletins are just a heads up, and I don't know enough to speak about this one. All right. Umuri 4 writes, a student pilot and others have raised a critical point about mental health in aviation. They say the current system discourages pilots from seeking any kind of mental health support for fear of losing their license, potentially for life. Do you believe this culture creates a dangerous situation, and what needs to change to allow pilots to seek help without ending their careers? Excellent insight. And the answer to that is, yeah, it kind of does, but the culture is changing. And that's why on this channel, we're going to start a conversation going forward about the mental health and the emotional health of pilots. At my airline, they started about 25 years ago a very robust program called Project Wingman, where pilots with no jeopardy involved could pick up the phone and talk to somebody and get the ball rolling to get their mental health in line. And that program has been exported to a lot of other airlines. How far and well developed is it? Is the FAA on board with it completely? Those things need to change, but we need to put public pressure on the government and airlines to say, let's take care of the mental health of our pilots in a high stress situation without jeopardy of losing their livelihood. All right.